What's up, YouTube? Darth Alex here, and in today's video, we are going to go over some of the changes to blessings, and they've added a couple new champions to the game, and most likely what the champions are going to be used for the new fusion coming up this week or next week. Alright, let's get into it. I'm sorry, but this might turn into a little bit of a rant video because of these blessing changes, and I apologize in advance. While my Sand Devil's Necropolis runs in the background, let's start going over these miserable changes. Like Plarium, why do you guys not know what you're doing in your own fucking game? I don't know what to tell you guys. They don't listen to their player base, and they just cluelessly nerf stuff when it does not need to be nerfed at all. In my humble opinion, Brimstone is 100% a PvE skill that did not need to be touched. It wasn't overpowered at all. It just wasn't overpowered. But they nerfed it because of their money grabbing nature. This is all of this was. It wasn't because too many people used it. No, it was because they want to force you to try to spend to get your 5 to 6 star awakenings. 100%. They just want you to spend money to get soul stones to try to get 6 star awakening blessings just to get the benefits from Brimstone. Cash grab. Plarium again just thinks about the freaking money instead of the player base and what they want. Like if you made all your blessings good to begin with, you wouldn't need to be nerfing. We would actually have options to actually use besides Brimstone. But when you have 2 blessings in the game that are arena specific that nobody uses in arena because the buffs are not that great in arena, why are you putting blessings specifically for arena that nobody uses in arena? I don't get it. Oh, okay, let's go over these changes. Enough with that rant. I'll rant more when we get into the more of the changes. So Brimstone and Phantom Touch are the primary culprits, and the particular becoming a no-brainer choice because of the benefits they provided on Awakening Level 1. It isn't a no-brainer choice. They just want you to think it's a no-brainer choice. It wasn't a no-brainer choice. Brimstone did not need to be touched. Neither did Phantom Touch. It's for PvE content. I firmly believe if it's for PvE content, it doesn't affect anybody. If it affected people in PvP because they couldn't do arena stuff, then by all means, go for it. They nerfed it only because they wanted you to spend your money to try to get higher awakening. Because if you do not spend the money in game, it's going to take you years upon years even to try to get your 5-star or 6-star Brimstone on a specific champ you want. On a specific champ. I've gotten numerous rares that I don't even use that I have 5-star awakenings that I sold. Because now nobody uses those rares, and you don't. I don't know. You know, yeah. Like I can't get a 5-star awakening for the champion I want. But it's so RNG. Is you need to have the RNG to pull the freaking soul. It's just a cash grab. More money in Plarium's pocket if you want the high awakening freaking crap to even make Brimstone viable in PvE now. And I bet you that they're not even going to let us you reset our blessing choice for free. I bet you they're still gonna make us use 300 freaking gems to change it if we wanted to. Alright. Sorry guys. Told you it was gonna be a little rant video. So temporal chains, it's a slight nerf, but it's actually a I could actually see why they did this. So before it decreases each enemy's speed for each active buff they are under. The only part that changed is this part. They changed to decreases each enemy's speed for each active buff they are under, except for the buffs placed at the start of each round. So yeah, I can see why they did that one. So that means bolster set and shield set won't be touched by this blessing at the beginning of the round. Next one is lethal dose. Like I said earlier, this is a non-used blessing because poisons in arena do not do any damage. If you change it from in arena to everybody everywhere else, Plarium, more people would use this blessing. We don't use it because it's just bad. It's horrible. Why would we use something in arena? Why would we use this blessing for our champions if the poisons are not doing the damage to kill people in arena? It should be an everywhere blessing. But instead you just bump up the percentage chances all around the board for 1 to 6R instead of changing it completely. That's all you really did. So this entire patch pretty much was no buffs and all nerfs. Two nerfs and no buffs. You didn't really actually buff anything. You just nerfed. That is asinine. And you should be ashamed of yourself, Plarium. You do not know how to. You don't not even know what's going on in your game. You don't even know what's going on in your game to be able to buff anything or nerf anything to what's going on. It is what it is at this point. Plarium's just pissing me off with these stupid changes. Like they don't even like. Does anybody even like play test what they're doing? Next one's Phantom Touch. They decreased the damage a little bit, and they also decreased the chances from 1 to 3-star again if you have the high awakening bonuses. Then it will function pretty much just the same, besides a little bit less damage. Dark Resolve. Nobody's going to use Dark Resolve before. And they're not going to use Dark Resolve now. I'll tell you that much. All they did was add a no cooldown and added a 5% extra chance on the 6-star awakening. Useless. On to the next one. Life Harvest. They pretty much just up the percentages so it becomes a little bit more viable, but at the same time still not going to be worth it. Chainbreaker, this is one that they actually kind of did okay with before they had it on a 1-turn cooldown, and after the buff, I guess you can fucking call it a buff. After the buff, they took down the cooldown, which there shouldn't have been a cooldown on it in the first place. Indomitable Spirit, again, they just raised the chances, didn't touch it at all, so it's pretty much the same thing, but a little bit more chances to land, which is whatever player. Miracle Heal, they changed it from 30% to 50% as a 1-star, 50% to 75%, and 100% for 5-star, and 100% with 30% equal to heal on the 6-star. But they just up percentages again. So it could be used for Hydra and Sand Devil, but again, it's still a mid-tier level blessing. And Brimstone. Here we go. So before, the way it worked was on a 2-turn. 1-star awakening had 20%, and it was a protected buff. And then 40%. The way they do it now is if you have a 1-star awakening level, you have a 15% chance, and it's not a protected buff and can be cleansed by any boss that cleanses any kind of debuff. So until you get to 5 and 6-star, it's not a protected buff, but once you get to your high awakening stars, then it's back to the way it was before, protected and can't be cleansed. So that's why it's a little bit frustrating that they touched it for no flipping reason. Like, for me, it's helped me a lot in my Hydra battles. Like, sometimes I would be able to get my Devour champion out because of Smite, and now can be cleansed, so that's another thing that we have to worry about when dealing with I think it's the Head of Decay that cleanses everybody. I've already said everything I need to say about Brimstone. I'm not really happy about it, but Planium just doesn't know what they're doing with their game. They just want the money and don't care if they outrage everybody. They make an outrage in the community. Basically says fuck you to your player base. Incinerate, again, I don't even want to go into this one. It's the same thing as a poison one. It's only an arena. Could have changed it right back to it used in all places, but you left it for arena, and only raise the percentages. Whoop-de-doo. Survival instinct. I think this is one that could be used a little bit more in a niche situation. But again, I don't think they really did much to it either. So that's all for this video. Let me know what you guys think in the comments below about all these changes, and if you agree with Plarium's decisions, or if you are just as upset as I am. Sorry if this became too much of a rant. Come back and watch my video on the new champions that are going to be released with this new fusion. Have a good day, guys. Peace.